Hello, welcome to Soulstice Revival. Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your February energy reading. Let's see what we have going on. I'm going to use a couple different decks. I'm going to start with my energy deck by Sandra Ann Taylor because I love this deck. And we will also use the other decks which I'm intuitively drawn to use today. So really quick, if you're new to my channel, make sure you like and subscribe and click that bell so you get notifications when I upload new content. What you can expect are at least monthly readings, sometimes weekly readings. There will also be some creative tools and videos to help you on your healing journey. What Soulstice Revival is all about, it's about honoring you in the phase that you are in on your journey right now. Oftentimes what I see with clients is they beat themselves down because they're not where they think they should be. So I really try to help honor you where you are at. Anyway, welcome to the channel. These are general. You can always book a personal reading with me, and the link below or the description below will tell you how to do that. So let's get started. What are the messages for February for Aquarius? And sometimes I get a few different messages, so I try to give you the storylines that I see as well as some additional things that come to me. All right, at the bottom of the deck is the broken heart. So some of you have been hurting. Some of you have recently broken up with somebody, either in 2019 or this year in January, or you have not resolved some past pain that is coming into your reading this month. And it could be a man, if you guys, or the person that embodied the masculine energy that has hurt you. So give me just another moment so that I can read all these cards for you. What I see for you, Aquarius, is that some of this heartbreak and feeling tied up and not feeling happy is your own blockages that are in the way. Almost as though you don't see the opportunities that are around you, that you have control over. So starting with your first card, appreciation, make sure that you are taking an inventory of everything that you are experiencing that you are grateful for. Making a daily practice of gratitude is something that can help you out of even the slightest funk of depression. That gratitude could be just getting out of bed in the day. Remember I told you I love honoring the phases? Sometimes it's hard to get out of bed. I know that there is people out there encouraging you to be positive, but that's not reality. It's irrational to think that you can be happy all of the time. Even if others might be portraying that to you, don't trust that. And especially, don't trust it because it's not you. Your experience matters, period. So really, even in the hardest times and even during those heartbreaking moments, make sure that you find some gratitude and things around you to be grateful for. If you're working on some project or you're not in where you want to be in your career, it's honoring what you have now. Because if you can't honor and be grateful for what you have now, how can you ever be grateful and appreciate what more could come to you? Finding a strategy in particular for those that aren't where they want to be is going to be important for you. Taking small action steps, using the moon phases to hold yourself accountable every month. It kind of takes a 30-day-ish period and forces you into doing one or two small tasks for that month. It helps you create realistic goals if you can do those intentions every month. For those of you that have had heartbreak or you are in a relationship, feeling like that person doesn't care about you. Sorry, there's a plane flying by. I work near an airport. But for those of you in a relationship where you think you're not sure if this is the right one, they're not following through on what they say to you, they're not committing to you in the way that you feel you need, it could be bringing you to a point of, in February, do I stay or do I go? And if it's not a relationship, maybe it's this guy, or that girl, or that job or this job. Stay in this job, leave this job. And I feel like that decision is weighing heavily on you in February. What will help you get there and to making a clear choice is through finding that connection to Spirit in whatever way Spirit resonates for you. Because meditation and really silencing and trying to be more mindful and detached from thoughts or outcomes is going to help you find more clarity. Really looking at your own power in these situations. Like, where are you? And this might not be with your decision. This is dealing more with the door to personal happiness and wanting to get where you want to go. There are things in your life right now, Aquarius, that you are doing that you could change. So you're not setting boundaries. Perhaps you're a yes person and you continue to say yes to these people, which leaves you no time for self-care, which leaves you no time to go take that art class that you wanted to take, which leaves you no time to go spend time with friends. You know, if you're a mom and you've got a child who's got children, perhaps you're watching the kids too much. Perhaps it's time for you to say, you know what, you're going to have to find a babysitter. I already made these plans. If you have a hard time setting boundaries, that might be your first step, Aquarius, is to put you first. I know it feels selfish, but it's okay to be selfish, because if you don't take care of you, you cannot be there fully for other people. And oftentimes what happens is you say and overcommit yourself to all these different things that you end up being late for things, or you end up canceling and disappointing somebody who was relying on you. And then you get mad at them for being mad at you, and that's not really fair to them either, because all you had to do in the first place was say, you know what, I have a lot on my plate. Let me take a moment to think and see if I can really fit that in. Let me get back to you. Let me get back to you. Don't be afraid to say that, Aquarius, especially in the month of February. For those of you that are on a career path or aren't where you want to go and you're ready to start taking action steps, this strategy card here can also be indicating that you got to journal. You got to set some intentions, and I mean small tasks. If you're in a relationship that you're, indecisive about, maybe do I stay, do I go? Journaling is a great tool for you to navigate those underlying feelings. Doing a quadrant, like breaking your page down into 4 sections. Benefits of this relationship, consequences of staying in this relationship. Benefits of leaving the relationship, consequences of leaving the relationship. Or the negative aspect of leaving the relationship. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by when I say that. That's a really good one. Another thing you can do when it comes to relationships is to list out what it is that you want in a relationship from somebody. Another idea, because really all you have control over is what you do, is list out what you value. What do you value? I don't care about what other people value, because at the end of the day, it's your values that matter. When other people come into your life, arguments and conflicts can start arising if two people's values aren't in alignment. Some of those are workable and negotiable, and you can learn to co-live with somebody, but you have to understand the differences in your values to understand why these same conflicts continue to arise. All right? Let me just say, there's this thinking man in reverse here, and so for me, that means a couple different things. For some of you, it could be that if you do want to learn something new, February might be the time where you start looking at taking classes to further you along on your path. And that person that you receive these services from or the education from could be a man. It also could be someone in your life that's indicating he's deceitful, somebody who might not have your best interest in mind. So pay attention to those in your life right now and really assess your own personal happiness. If you're not where you want to be and you're not happy, inner happiness is the key. I mean, you're the only one that can really give you that sort of happiness that you're seeking. And you got to see what part is yours in this mess or in this feeling stuck. Because I do see a lot of you are feeling stuck in something, which is why this indecision is here. So what makes you happy? Do more of that. Once you're doing more of what makes you happy, other things just fall into play. But let me pull a few more cards. Use my tarot. What else can Aquarius for February? And I'm an intuitive reader, so I don't pretend to be a psychic. We all have willpower. We all can make changes. What I do know is if I were to rewind a tape and press play, I can tell you personally where I've made choices and where I could have made changes. I also can tell you there's times that I knew what was going to happen because I saw the tape playing through. I just ignored it. So where can you do that in your own life too, guys? But I really feel for you, Aquarius, it's about really uncovering who you are at your core, at your innermost core, your authentic self. You know, where can I add more happiness into my life? Where can I add more joy? Where can I set boundaries? Because some of this stuff that I'm unhappy about is my fault because I haven't been doing what I know I need to do. Yeah, here. You're just, all in your head. You're all in your head. Definitely. Because you got the Nine of Swords. Oh, woe is me. Don't forget that you are divinely supported, Aquarius. Like, Spirit wants you to, oh my God, at the bottom of your deck is the Hierophant. Yeah, you guys got to have some meditation time. You have to have that solitude. Maybe instead of feeling lonely, I mean, you can feel lonely, but we can't harbor in those emotional states or they can keep us in these very dark places. Journaling is going to help you get out what's really bothering you and what you're really upset about. It would be good for you to find that positive support where you can release some of those emotions by reading out loud, with some close friends that you trust, what's really needing to be released, whether that's through an unsent letter or whatever works for you. Because you also have in reverse the World, which can be completion. I love this deck, the Light Seer. It's got the shadows, and you know I love shadow work. Yeah, see? Unmet dreams. So some of you, it's something, that broken heart is like you didn't get what you wanted, whether that was a person or a job, or you're not where you are. There is need for closure. Boom. I told you. There is a need for you guys to start journaling, for sure. Because you're holding back. You are holding yourself back from what you really want by staying in this place. You've got to do your releasing, Aquarius. I know it hurts. Heartache is hard. If you lost a loved one in particular, this card also can tell me that they are still with you. And you can still communicate with them through the animals or through writing. It's up to you how you create that meaning in your life. And it's a lot of this work and this unhappiness is caused because you aren't dealing with the emotions. You got to feel to deal to heal. Bottom line, rip the Band-Aid off, let the wound get cleaned out, and let it burn, let that sting come, because after the sting, it dries up, it starts healing. So you don't have to keep all of this stuff so close to your heart. You've got to find some support. I don't care if you don't like the fact that I'm going to read this. I just do this so that I can give you more information. Like I said, value, appreciate what you have, because this feeling of lack is energy, and it is sticking to you, and it's creating this ripple effect and vicious cycle. Spend time meditating, spend time writing in your journal, spend time exploring those things and emotions that are uncomfortable for you. I promise you there is a way out. You hear a lot of that spiritual bypass and be positive. It's just not real. It's just not real. And it is okay to have feelings and thoughts that you don't necessarily like. We're human. So don't worry about that either. But you do really have to do some personal healing this month and really spend time alone. It's solitude. It's not loneliness. Don't be worried about that fear of missing out. You're, at some point, staying in your head is unhelpful. So find some supportive people in your life that you can release some of this. Get it out of your head. Put it out on paper. Oftentimes, I've got so much to do, but there's all these things in my head telling me I have to do this and that and this and that, and I can't focus on the particular task I'm trying to accomplish. So just getting a notebook and jotting everything in my head that I know I need to get done that keeps running around and around actually helps me clear the clutter out of my mind so that I can focus on that one task. So do that for yourself. This solitude time is really going to help you find clarity and your inner voice to make whatever decision it is that you know you need to make. Where do I go from here? What now? What's next? That peace and silence allows you to have that connection and communication with Spirit, and they're here to support you. Okay, Aquarius, so have a lovely February, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, everybody. Bye.